Hi, I'm Lydia Williams. I play for the women's national soccer team, which is the Matildas, and I'm a goalkeeper. When I was growing up in Kalgoorlie in Western Australia, it was pretty much join any team you could because you love playing the sport, and I loved running around kicking a ball, so I started playing soccer, and that's how I pretty much got started. Regardless if I'm training or playing a game or anything, I always like to go for a walk outdoors. Or walk in general, whether that be to the shopping centre to buy some clothes or to the supermarket to eat some food. Doesn't matter, I always love to go for a walk and be out in the sun. Yeah, I think it's important with goal setting that you have a big goal that you want to reach, but there's always little goals that you have to set before that, whether it be, eating a new food or trying a new sport. I always make sure I set little goals in order to reach the big goal, and it's worked for me so far, so I don't plan on changing that anytime soon.
Hi, I'm Christy Harrower and I play with the Australian Opals basketball team. I chose basketball because my parents were involved in the game. You get to meet great friends, you get to be active, it's social, and you have a great time doing it. Something that I make sure that I do every day is being physically active. And the thing that I love doing the most is taking my two dogs for a walk. It's one of the best things, and I know my dogs love it as well. Sometimes you can set smaller goals as well, and it means you might set a goal every day. You might set a goal that you make sure you do your homework at night time. You might set a goal that you eat really good food through the day. If you set little goals every day and setting a big goal, it can really make a big difference.
Hello, my name is Raheem Williams. I live here at the Australian Institute of Sport and I'm a 400 metre hurdler. I got into hurdling when I was about 11, 12 years old. I used to train with my brother, who was a sprinter at the time, and we both enjoyed athletics or sport in general. And when my brother first ran for WA, I sort of got that burning sensation that I wanted to beat him one day. And a couple of years later, we both raced each other in hurdles. It was good fun, good rivalry there. He wanted to beat me, I wanted to beat him. And after that day, I just stuck with hurdles. It's a very technical thing, but it's very enjoyable. I do a number of activities, keep me moving. I like to play basketball. I like to kick a football. Rugby, I love to play with the boys. Back in our sort of block. There's a few other things that we can do that don't use so much energy, sort of like table tennis and pool, which is more mental, but it's still good fun to do.
Hi, I'm Evan O'Hanlon and I'm a Paralympic sprinter. I run the 100 and 200 metres in the T38 class at the Paralympic Games. And at the last Paralympic Games in Beijing, I won the 100, 200 and the 4x1 relay, all in world record times. I have cerebral palsy. So cerebral palsy is basically brain damage while you're still inside your mum or just as you're coming out. And that means that I can't move part of my body properly and I can't control it the way I want to. So for me, it's the whole left side of my body that I can't coordinate the right way. And it means I'm less coordinated, not as strong. I got into athletics at a really young age. Back in primary school, probably in year one, I started to really enjoy the sport. It was after my dad had taken me out to do a couple of special athletics sessions because I was heading towards the athletics carnival and was a little bit worried about my performance, being a disabled athlete or a disabled kid at the time. And competing against able-bodied athletes. And just those couple of sessions really sparked something between me and my dad, and I ended up going to that athletics carnival, beating all the able-bodied guys there, and heading on to regional and state competition. And from there, just through school, I was doing athletics and headed to high school. And it wasn't until I was in high school in about year 8 that one of my PE teachers picked up when I was training for long jump with her that I actually had a disability and I was eligible to compete at the Paralympic Games. And she got me in touch with my coach now, who's Irina Devaskina, and I've been training with her basically ever since. When I set out to achieve a goal, everyone has a bigger goal that they want to achieve, and sometimes they can be very big. So what I like to do if I'm going for a big goal is to break it down into smaller goals so that as I'm going along the way, I have these little goals that I'm hitting. I know I'm on the right path, but it's not such a big goal that it seems impossible. There's always something little that I can achieve that day, whether it be running just that little bit faster. I know I want to run 0.1 of a second faster. It doesn't seem like much, but for a sprinter that's a long way. So I might break it down into 0.0001 of a second and see how many training sessions I have to get that 0.001 of a second. And just break it down into small steps and it becomes a lot easier to achieve.
Hi, I'm Petrea Thomas, a former swimmer. I was a triple Olympic gold medalist in 2004 at the Athens Olympic Games. I lived in a coastal area in northern New South Wales, a little town called Mullumbimby. And it's a question I get asked quite commonly is why I actually got into swimming. And it was basically because it was a coastal area. My mum, I suppose, wanted for me to be safe around the pool and the beach and things. And I was actually at the local swimming pool one day, and I've got an older sister, and she was in playing with her friends down the deep end. And I decided I wanted to be like my big sister, charged down the side of the pool and jumped in. And I was only about 3 at the time, and I think that was when Mum knew it was time for me to get some swimming lessons and learn to be safe in and around water. Look, I loved sport, not just swimming. Swimming was obviously my chosen sport as I got older, but I used to do lots and lots of different sports. You name it, I probably did it when I was younger, and still love to do it now that I'm older. But anything from basketball, tennis, touch football, softball, baseball, netball, soccer. I had a go at all of them, and I loved all of them as well. I'm the sort of person who just loves being out there and playing games and competing, and it's lots of fun, and you can get a lot out of it. One of the ways I suppose I looked at trying to achieve something that seemed quite big was I set myself little goals along the way, and I sort of looked at it like a staircase. You have to start at the bottom and gradually work your way up, take one step at a time, and sometimes you fall down a couple of steps and then you have to start again. But I think the key is you do little bits along the way, and you're allowed to celebrate the little achievements along the way, and then you gradually, you might find yourself halfway up the stairway before you know it. And then, if you keep pushing hard and working hard towards your goals, then you can find yourself at the top if you stick with it. And that's the way I always approach things, and it works well for me, and it's certainly a message that I like to impart on people.
My name's Tanya Hebner. I'm a swimmer. I started swimming because I enjoy it, and I've always enjoyed it ever since I was young, and it's something that was part of our family holidays, and we often went on holidays to the beach or wherever there was a pool, and it's something that I've always done and probably not realised that I'd eventually one day be able to compete in swimming. And before I came here to the AIS, I've competed in a lot of open water swimming because I really love the ocean. I would much rather be at the beach, and it's something I enjoyed. I've been a part of, as I said, open water swimming, and I've also wanted to achieve a goal of swimming in the coldest water possible, which I'm from Melbourne, so I've been swimming with the Brighton Icebergers before, and we've completed the winter mile, and I was quite proud that I swam in water that was, I think, 8.5 degrees. So it's just something that I've always enjoyed, and I also like to cycle, and I'm really influenced by my friends who are involved in triathlons and Ironmans. So it's important to have those influences around you.